I've been traveling since I was 20 and I've now visited all 197 countries. That's the UN list of 193, plus Palestine, Kosovo, Vatican, and Taiwan, which add up to 197 countries. That most of us travelers use this list. I've now been to 197 countries in the world. There's about 200-ish people that have been to every country, which is fewer that have been to outer space. Really grateful. It's been a lot of work. I left the country 17 years ago, and it's just been half of my life basically going to every single country, and to be able to get into North Korea last week was thrilling for me. I've been waiting for 5 years to open. So yeah, just gratitude, all the good people I've met, how much kindness there is in the world, and how I just want to continue traveling and see more. It's not the end, it's just the beginning of my travel life. Yeah, I've been waiting for 5 years for the DMZ JSA tour, which is Joint Security Area Tour, to open up. This closed in 2018 due to the swine flu. It's been closed ever since with COVID and different tensions between North and South Korea. And so I was in the first group let back in last Tuesday, March 14th, and we got to go to the Blue House conference room, which had been closed for 5 years. And when you step foot across the latter half of that room, you're technically in North Korea. So I spent all of 5 to 8 minutes in North Korea in the back half of the Blue House conference room. That counts. I have it on GPS and on Strava. I got pictures and video there, and have now visited every country in the world. I would say Nepal. If I could pick a country that I would go back to and spend time in, the mountains that has some of the best treks in the world, with like Annapurna Base Camp and Everest Base Camp. You can stay with local families every 3 to 5 miles. There are tea huts and local families that have you stay with them for $10 to $15 a night. You get breakfast, you get dinner, and you get a bed. You get to share stories with other travelers, and you're looking at the biggest peaks in the world. You have monasteries, prayer flags, Buddhist temples. I absolutely love it. Nepal is one of my favorite places. Really hard to get into. Venezuela is very hard to get into. Syria is very hard to get into. Libya is very hard to get into. North Korea, obviously, it's been the last one. Waited 5 years, was hard to get into. And these countries are because of either Somalia was another one hard to get into because of conflict in the country or civil war or relations with the US, or that they weren't allowing tourism. Some countries just have not allowed tourism in the country, and ones like Libya or North Korea, it's just been really hard for any countries to visit for the last 5 or 6 years because of internal conflict and tourism being banned in these countries.